Today we are going to look at a new figure. This one's called the unit circle, and it is what all trig is based off of. Well, circular trig anyway. A unit circle has its center at the origin, and the radius is 1. So I want you to take a minute and draw this circle in your notebook. And you'll notice that I have each of the quadrants, I have 3 different points labeled on them. And they create some nice 30, 60, 90 triangles. So this first red line here has a 30-degree angle. The green line has a 45-degree angle with the origin. And the purple line has a 60-degree angle. And it's going to allow us to find all the coordinates going around the circle. So notice the hypotenuse is always 1 because it's a circle with radius 1. I want you to take a minute. I want you to find all these points and press pause, and when you're ready, press play again. Here are the answers that you should have gotten. Make sure that you look at them very carefully. It's very important, and this basically needs to be memorized. At least the first quadrant needs to be memorized, because after that, everything is based on reflections. Press pause if you need some time to do that. Now, I'd like to find some values, just like we did before. H is the horizontal, or the x-coordinate at time t. V is your vertical coordinate, or the y-coordinate at time t. So you'll notice that the radius, or the circumference of my circle is 2 pi. So when I want to find h of pi, that's the amount of time it takes the bug to walk 180 degrees, or halfway around the circle. So my horizontal coordinate is -1. It's this x-coordinate there. And my vertical coordinate there is 0. So I want you to take a minute, and I want you to find the other values for me. This one, oops, this one is 0. Press pause. When you're ready to check your answers, press play again. And here are all the answers. You'll notice 7 pi over 6 is over there. Pi over 2 is right there. It is half of pi. And these angles here and here, that trisects the first quadrant. The middle segment bisects the first quadrant. Now, the next thing I want you to do is I want you to graph the horizontal of t and the vertical of t, and I want you to pause your video, and when you're done doing that, press play and check your answers. And here we go. I have h of t and v of t. H of t, the x-coordinate starts at 1, so it's up here on this vertical axis, and it curves around. The restricted domain is between 0 and pi. This is my 1-to-1 section here, and I like to include x equals 0 if I can. The next is v of t, and here my vertical coordinate is 0 at time equals 0, and then it increases up to 1 and then decreases down to -1. My 1-to-1 section that I use to restrict it is that one. It's a 1-to-1 section. It's nice to include the origin if you can, so I restricted my domain to be between -pi over 2 and pi over 2. Now, there's some special names for vertical of t and horizontal of t when we're dealing with the unit circle. The special name for vertical of t is sine of t. The special name for horizontal of t is cosine of t. And from now on, we're going to use those. We're going to use those terms. Now, I want you to work on the worksheet, and the answers are the worksheets posted on my website, and so are the answers. Have a nice day.